Cuba, it's me. Welcome to episode 353 of The W.I.L.L.I.W Show, which stands for Wrestling is Life. Life is Wrestling. Today is part 33 of my Ontario promotion spotlight. I'm going through every active promotion in Ontario. Hopefully I haven't missed any yet. And in alphabetical order, and just giving them a profile spotlight, letting people know about them in case they didn't know already, and trying to educate myself on them and find out more about them. Today is Rock Solid Wrestling. Now, Rock Solid Wrestling was started in 2007 by Mark Tornado Bartolucci, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Tornado himself has been wrestling like 22, 23 years. He's spent about 4 years in WWE, done many shots there. He's gone to so many places overseas. He is one of the true greatest veterans in Ontario, and he doesn't get enough credit, but he's one of the best wrestlers that ever came out of Ontario for sure. And so he started this company, Rock Solid Wrestling. They're kind of based in Sudbury, I believe. And as always, I've just read the stuff on the internet. Not everything is 100%, but if I'm wrong on something, feel free to correct me, or if I missed something, please, I want to know as much as I can. But I got most of my information from rocksolidwrestling.ca. Now, they also have Twitter, they have Facebook, they have YouTube. They're very active. They're getting out there. This company is doing what's best to bring wrestling back to some of the northern places, and I feel like they don't get as much coverage as some of the other ones because they're not in the greater Toronto area, but they are definitely, without a doubt, one of the top promotions in Ontario, Canada, you name it. And they do a lot of great things. Not only do they have great wrestling, but they do a lot of charity work. So far, they have raised over $30,000 for like local hockey programs, for school extracurricular activity programs, for the Special Olympics, and they run a multiple of towns. Like they do Collingwood, Angus, Sudbury, Bracebridge, Hanover, Kirkland, Wasaga Beach, just to name a few. There's a whole bunch of others, and they have tons of sponsors wherever they go. They've been known to do a lot of fairs and festivals as well as holding their arena events as well. So they just kind of have a hand in everything and giving you everything you could want. Now, I think this is pretty recent. They've started filming for Eastlink TV, and you can catch their program every Saturday and Sunday at 1:30 p.m. and 11 p.m. And that's Channel 10 on Eastlink TV or Channel 610 if you want to watch it in HD. And they've done a lot of great stuff. I found a lot of stuff from the rocksolidwrestling.ca, like I said, but there's a lot of stuff on YouTube as well. And I went through, there's about 10 matches on there, and Rosemary versus Casey Spinelli has like 13,000 views. And then they also have 5 episodes of their Rock Solid Wrestling show, which is about 22 minutes. I guess it was a half an hour show with commercials, so it averages out to about 22 or 23 minutes. They've had a bunch of legends on there. Not only do they have great Ontario talent, some of the best currently are on their roster. They've had Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Mick Foley, just to name a few off the top of my head that I remember seeing in the last year or so. As far as titles go, I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong on this, that the only championship in Rock Solid right now is the Canadian Heavyweight Championship. And right now, the current champion is the Saturday Night Delight, Tyler Turba. But as far as I know, they have a show coming up in May, and they're having a tag team championship tournament. So I believe that is going to crown the first ever Rock Solid Wrestling tag team champions. And not only is the show going to have some great tag team action, the legends themselves from the WWF, Demolition, one of the greatest tag teams of all time, one of my favorites as a kid, will be at this show. Now, if you want to check it out, it's going to be Friday, May 11th, 2018, and that's going to be at 7:30 p.m. at the Collingwood Curling Club, which is 250 Hume Street, which is Hume, Hume Street, and in Collingwood, Ontario. So go and check this out. It's worth the drive. You're going to get to see Demolition, great tag team action. You might even get filmed and be on their TV show, and it's also in support of the Special Olympics. I have so much great stuff to say about Rock Solid Wrestling, but I want to leave the floor open for the viewers as well. What do you know about Rock Solid Wrestling? Have you ever been to one of their events? Have you ever watched any of their content on Eastlink TV or on YouTube? Or anything like that. And if you're a performer, have you ever performed for the company? And what can you tell us that maybe I missed? As always on the Willu Show, make sure you like or you get a leg drop. Make sure you comment or you get a clothesline. Subscribe or you get a suplex. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba.